So here we have a Gen 5 OU battle against my buddy Eric. So I lead out with Rotom, he leads out with Jellicent. I expect him to switch right here. I go for the Thunder Wave, just because, you know, if it catches anything, that's great. If it doesn't catch anything, Jellicent, you know, slow. Paralyzing, never a bad thing. He goes for the Will-O-Wisp. I'm guessing he thought maybe I was a bulkier version of Rotom. A lot of them do carry Volt Switch as well, over really any, you know, electric type move. I go for the Discharge here. It should have been a pretty good indicator that I wasn't a bulky version, considering I didn't get leftovers, which means, you know, I've got Life Orb, or I have Scarf, or, you know, even a Berry, but that's much less likely. Goes for the Skull. It really doesn't do anything, even though this is a jolly or a timid max speed, max special attack Rotom. I was considering going through the Hydro Pump, thinking he's gonna switch, but like, if I would have gone for it, I would have gone for it last turn. He ends up going out to his Galvantula, and I end up discharging. And I get extremely lucky, and I get extremely lucky this game. So not only do I get the 10% chance to crit, I also get the 30% chance to paralyze on discharge. So I've seen this type of guy before. It's a Compound Eye Scarf guy that uses Thunder, and it brings it up, you know, to about like a 99% chance to hit with Thunder, which is pretty good. Or not 99%. It's fairly high, anyways. So easily, I'm obviously a lot faster. I don't think you wanted to risk discharging to something else or me going for Hydro Pump. So he sends out his Heracross, and these things are almost always Scarfed. I was somewhat afraid that he was going to go for the Pursuit, and I was going to lose my guy anyways, or I was going to switch, and, you know, he's going to set up Stealth Rocks, and I'm going to lose my Rotom anyways. There's really not much chance. I mean, he did his business. I mean, he took out like 2 guys, which is good. So because this thing is more than likely Scarfed, I sent out a Heatran. You can resist the stab Mega Horn. I know he's gonna switch, so I get up Stealth Rock. There's nothing really too, you know, there's nothing on this team that's too weak to Stealth Rock, but it's always nice to have, you know, up fairly early. He's only lost 1 guy so far. I saw how much damage the Discharge did earlier, and I was expecting the Lava Plume to do a little more, maybe like 50%, but no, it wasn't quite like there. This is a special defense Heatran, so it's a little bulkier than, you know, most other versions. And I take the Skull pretty well, but he takes the Lava Plume even better. And these things generally do use Recover. So at this point, you know, I'm going to switch out, and I'm expecting to recover. But as I said, I get extremely lucky this game. And I get the Parahacks. I switched up to Tyranitar specifically because I knew, because of the 50% special defense boost that rock types get in sand, I'd be able to survive more than enough. And he's not going to go for Will-O-Wisp because of Flash Fire. Nothing would have mattered. So I go for the Crunch. I could have gone for something else, but I think Crunch was a much safer move. I'm not sure Earthquake would have knocked it out. It probably would have, but can't be too careful. He sends an Excadrill here, and I know Excadrill is considered Uber. But, you know, he and I sort of have, you know, rules like you can use it as long as you're not using it on a team with a Tyranitar or Hippowdon. He expects me to actually switch out, considering like a Earthquake will actually kill me, especially if it runs Ground Gem. He goes for the Source Dance, and obviously he's faster because of Sandstream. But I go for the Superpower, and Superpower actually knocks out. I don't think Earthquake would have. Even if he'd gone for the Earthquake, this is a Focus Sash Tyranitar. So, I mean, I would have been able to survive it and, you know, one-hit KO'd it anyways. So he sends out his Heracross again. So obviously I don't want to take a close combat. So I sent out my Landorus T. He uses the close combat, of course, which I was expecting, and it actually does quite a bit of damage. He gets a special D drop. He doesn't know that I'm scarfed at this point. He switches, specifically because, you know, a rock type move would have knocked him out. So he sends out Zerork. I was actually really worried when this popped out, because I was like, what? It's, you know, it's wheezing. I'm like, oh, he's got levitate. Like, I'm gonna have to switch now. He named it that because he didn't know how the mechanic worked, and he was planning on pairing this up with wheezing. So he said, oh, I'll just name it wheezing, and, you know, whatever else. He sends out Amber Bomb. I know he's gonna lead out Fake Out because all Amber Bombs use that, but I didn't really have anything else that I wanted to take it, and this guy flinching isn't that big of a deal. At this point, I mean, it's pretty much the jig is up. He knows I have a Scarf on it, considering I am faster than Amber Bomb. So Earthquake, easily a one-hit KO. So he sends out Heracross again, and really, he's not going to be able to take anymore. So there's the Earthquake. Also, yeah, I still get very lucky here. He uses Mega Horn. Not sure I used that instead of close combat. I was thinking maybe he thought he was faster, or he didn't realize that I was scarfed, and he was thinking he could survive 2 Earthquakes. I mean, which he could, but after a close combat, he wouldn't be able to. So that was my battle against Eric. I got extremely lucky, and it was a